Yo, what up, niggas? It's your boy Philochko here, and today I'm going to make a quick video. I think I need to. Yeah, that's better. A little better. And today I'm going to make a quick video about 3 things I noticed about Brat 1 and Brat 2. The movie Brat is a Russian movie. If you don't know this Russian movie, you won't understand this video. And Brat 2 is the second part of the movie. If you don't know this Russian movie, you won't get this video. Brat 1 was all in Russia. Brat 2 was in Russia and America. They were in New York and in Chicago. So these are 3 things I noticed about the movies that they both kind of share, and I just want to mention it. It's kind of funny. Alright. The first thing. Why is the mother of the star, why is she always crying? She's like, the first movie, she sits down with her younger son, I think he's the younger one, you know, the star, and she starts looking at pictures, and she starts crying. This is like, I don't know, this is maybe a 3-minute scene, she starts crying. Second movie, she was in one scene. I timed it, it took her, she was watching TV, she saw something, I think she saw her other son, and within 25 seconds of the scene, she starts crying. This lady is always crying. She didn't learn anything from the first movie. Like, just relax. They're okay. They're doing fine. She's always crying. She's always crying. I mean, always, always, always. She's always crying. And if any of you know any movies with her that aren't like Brat or Brat 2, whatever, please tell me. Because if I watch this movie and she starts crying, I'm going to lose it. Because sometimes I think that's all this actress can do is cry. That's all she does. She's always eating and crying in every movie. Alright. Now to the second thing. Does anyone not notice that it's common, it's kind of common in Russia that if you're not like a normal Russian person, they won't call you by your name. They'll call you by what you are. For example, in the first movie, the star makes a German friend. I think his name was Hoffman. But throughout the whole movie, the entire movie, he doesn't call him by his name one time. You know what he calls him? The whole movie? German. Because he's German. The whole movie he calls him Niemiec. Niemiec. That's how you say German in Russian. So the whole entire movie he calls him Niemiec. Even though he knew his name. He knew his name. Still called him Niemiec. The whole damn movie. And even his brother. They call him, the bad guys called him Tatarin. So the whole movie he was Tatarin instead of his real name. And even in the second movie he was Tatarin. No real name. Nobody likes calling each other by the name if you're a little different. That's it. I know Tatarin is Russian, but it's just something that stands out from just normal Russian. That's why they call him Tatarin. And I mean, the dude, he missed saying Niemiec so much that in the second movie, he meets a Nazi guy. And he's like, Niemiec? Niemiec? He was like, Niet. Ruski. He was like, oh, okay. And like, he was sad because he was looking forward to calling this Nazi guy Niemiec. But since he wasn't German, he didn't speak to him anymore. He just left. But that's one thing I noticed. And now the third thing, actually there's 2 things. It might be 4. Okay. Alright. I'll go to this third thing. Then I'll go to something else. One thing I noticed about this movie's honesty in Brat 2 is something I failed to mention before. And that's kind of I don't know if the director did this on purpose, but he got it pretty good with the attitudes towards race of Russian men and Russian women. Because I tell you this, on average, Russian women are 1,000,000 times more caring and loving and more understanding when it comes to race than the average Russian man. 100%. I've been here in Russia for 6 months, and 19 out of every 20 nice things that are done for me is by a woman. Always a Russian woman. And 99 out of 100 times someone stares at me like they want to kill me, it's a man, not a woman. It's a man. And what I noticed is that in this movie there was a Russian prostitute in the second one. And, you know, she loved black people. Even her pimp was black. She was getting slapped around. You know, she didn't really care. She kind of liked them. And at the end of the movie, she saw a black guy doing the baggage claim. And she gave him like a huge tip. She gave him like a big tip. She saw him, saw he was black, gave him a huge tip. And she even said something about black people having something primordial in us that makes us stronger than white people. And you know, I gotta give it to the director on that one. Now the Russian men, they don't give a fuck about black people in the movie. You know, they really don't give a shit. And it shows, like every black person, every black male, the woman in the movie wasn't black. I don't want to have to say that. All the black males the Russian men met, it was always something bad happening. Even the smart, homeless black guy got shot at. You know, you do business with him, then you shoot him in the face. No, they didn't give a fuck about the black people at all. There wasn't one normal black guy in the movie, except for at the end, where he was doing the baggage claim, and the Russian woman gives him a tip. That's the only time there's a positive like exchange between black and Russian in the movie is with the woman, because a lot of girls, I'll tell you this is something a lot of people don't know, and this is going to shock the hell out of you. And there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 300 of you who knew this before I started making YouTube videos, but I was more popular with Russian women in New York than I am in Russia. I'll say that again. I was more popular with Russian females in New York than I am here in Russia. The Russian girls who usually make it to New York, a lot of them are really into different guys. Even more so than here. More so than I partied with more Russian girls in New York than I have in Russia. So a lot of people think, oh, he's just in Russia for the girls. No. If I wanted Russian girls, I just go back to New York. That's something a lot of people don't know. And now this fourth one is kind of like an extra, but I'm guessing because like the movie like Brat, Brat 2, Sostre, Vojna, and some other movies. These are all old movies, and Vinatsit and stuff. They're always talking about Chechnya. Fuck! Like all these movies I'm watching, Chechnya, Chechens, Chechnya, Chechens, Chechnya. Is there anything else to talk about in Russia than Chechnya? Is there anything else to talk about? Anything? But I understand these are old movies that were filmed probably after or during the war. Fine. But I'm going to start watching some new Russian movies, popular ones. And I swear to God, if I keep hearing Chechnya, Chechens, Chechnya, I'm going to stop watching. It's like you can't find any other bad guys? Like, come on. I know, I understand the war, blah, 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 but please, people, let's diverse. Let's find something else to talk about sometimes, you know, just a little bit. That'd be nice. How about some black guy bad guys? Let's have some African Americans who come to Russia and they're smart and they're criminals or something. Let's try that. But let's give the Chechens a rest in the movies. And that's basically it. Let me know what you think of my 4 things. And I'm out. Later.